Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry my camera angle's a little cockeyed here. Good enough for the moment. Anyway, with the success of my last Hobo stove, I decided to check out a few others, and I wanted something a little bit bigger. So hence, bigger coffee can. Nice, solid, but just in and of itself, it's really not going to function very well as a stove. So I found, well, we'll get to that after the intro. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. So, now mind you, this is not my idea. This is something I've seen, and I like the way it looked, so I'm gonna copy it because it appeared, for all intents and purposes, to work quite well. So as you can see, I've got kind of a pie plate drawn on here. And I've got some lines here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these lines here. This one are kind of a mistake. And then cut out a center hole. What I'm going to do with these tabs that I make is I'm going to bend them down at a 45-degree angle. Cut this inner side out. Excuse me. Then I'm going to take and cut here. One up and one down. A 3-slot here. And one up and down here. Then I'm going to take this bottom, since I've cut it out, I'm going to slide it, I'm going to bend the down one, these in at a 90, the center tab here in at a 90, and here at a 90. I'll take the bottom, put it in, then I'll take the other ones and fold them down, which will lock the base into place. Now when I do these, I'm going to turn this, after I've pushed these in, I'm going to turn it up so the tabs are actually facing down. Okay. And then once I get that into place, I'll drill some holes with the drill bit around here to give it airflow into the base. Up at the top, can't really see them because it's poor light Sharpie, but I'm going to put some holes at the top for ventilation and a bigger hole here so I can feed it. Now this is going to burn very efficiently, so I'm not going to have to put big sticks in here, no, or logs. I can actually put branches and stuff like that in here, fill it up. Another thing about this bottom one, according to the original designer, is he used this to light it with. And that doesn't seem like a bad idea. Might need one of those long lighters that we use for barbecues. On the top, seeing as how it is pretty good size, and I might not always need a big pot to cook with, I have this that I've kind of copped and chopped and other things. What I'm going to do is here on the top, I'm going to make a couple notches for this to sit in. I'm going to trim this down so it sits right inside, and then I'm just put it inside when I'm done. That way it keeps everything. I'll grind the edges off so they're not so sharp. The way I've got this set up is it'll sit in here and it'll only go so far. It won't fall off. That'll give me a place to set a pot and still get additional airflow if needed. So I'm not going to bore you guys with all the cutting, but once it's cut, I'll go outside and we'll fire it up and see what we got. Alright guys, so we're outside, and as you can see I got a few little things standing over there. So here it is. I put kind of a rack on top. These screws, I can loosen them, stuff this back inside. The reason these are at the 45 is it supposedly gives it kind of a circular airflow while inside it to help combust. So yeah, I didn't do this the way he did it. I did it my way. Doesn't mean it's any better or any worse, but yeah, let's see. So get down here. Getting too old for these up and down things. first open up my kindling bag. I don't know if I'll need any of that or not. Open up my special tin. See, we got some wax rounds, some more wax rounds, some good fat wood. Oh, this is the good stuff. Expensive, but good stuff. We won't use that. And let's see, I got a couple of little things in here. I got some fat wood, I got some regular sticks. I didn't bring my knife with me, so of course all I got to do is walk in the house to get it. We'll get a couple of small pieces of fat wood here. Put all this back in. Oops. And grab me one of my, again, non-patented nitro rounds. But everybody says, oh, those don't work. Well, they seem to work just fine for me. But that's just me. Yo, little ant, you ain't gonna want to be on there. And then, of course, I got some regular wood to go with it. So, let's go ahead and the trick to these nitro, any wax round, for those that don't know, is if you leave it this way, you're gonna have a dickens of a time lighting it, even with a lighter. So what you want to do is you want to break it up, fluff it out a little bit, and right now it'll light with a ferro rod. It won't take nothing at all. Take and go poof, and we're lit. Not even a second. I don't know if you can see that on camera right now, but should be able to. So we'll just go ahead and try not to put it out this time. Get down in there. Put a couple pieces of fat wood in here. Now theoretically, this hole that I made right here will be used for feeding. Oops. It's the nice thing about my nitro round. Just up. And she went right back to light. So. Now theoretically, this is supposed to help also control the amount of smoke once it gets going. So yeah, I'm going to fast forward through all this mundane little stuff until we get a nice little roaring fire going starting now. Okay, so what I've noticed is obviously I need to add some more holes down here at the bottom to improve airflow. I don't think making it bigger will work. I think I just need to add a couple more in between these. Because yeah, didn't appear to be getting enough air to make it smokeless. So other than that, appears to work okay. I think once I add some more holes to the bottom, give it better airflow, it'll do a better job of being a little more controllable. Might add another hole or two up top here to help with some of that as well. Help the upper circulation. But overall, everything appears to be holding up okay for my workmanship. Something this big, obviously you're going to be cooking a bigger meal on it. I would get a nice bed of coals in there and only feed it as necessary. Problem is getting a bed of coals in here, even with the airflow that it does have, Stuff burns to ash pretty quick. Even that piece of fat wood that I put in there, that thick one, there's still a bit of it left, but most of it's ash. So, but as you can see, it does get plenty of airflow in its current configuration. I'm just going to add some more airflow so it doesn't smoke as much. As far as the circular motion, I think that'll improve too once I add a little bit more airflow down here. But overall, this is a bigger one than my last one, which I didn't bring with me. Should have. Show size. But this is a 5-pound coffee can compared to a, what was it, 16-ounce soup can, or pork and beans can, and a 12-ounce soup can. So, 5-pound coffee can. As you can see, that was too big a second ago, and now it just fits right in there. So, yeah, I think I just need to add a little bit more airflow down here for the circulation to work and for it to burn a little smokeless. So, I don't know. What do you think? Give me your thoughts down below. And of course, Charles, his ever-present self, is hiding over behind the camera again. And he's not going to say hi today?
Hi, I'm tired.
There he is. During the fast forward, he stood right behind the camera talking the whole time, so he'd just be bashful around.
Yeah.
Even with what little is in there, I mean, we're still getting... I could put a pot of water on here and in 5 minutes have boiling water. There's still quite a bit of heat here, even though most of it's burned up. The downside to this method would be the fact that with the holes in the bottom the way they are, you're actually going to get a lot of hot ash underneath this. So I'm thinking of maybe getting some chicken wire, the 1/4-inch square type, and just fashioning some sort of grate for the bottom of it, just to keep stuff from falling through, but not restricting the airflow. But, other than that, I think it turned out okay for my skills. And this is something you could make, excuse me, if, you know, SHTF, you happen to be walking by a dumpster and you see a 5-gallon can and you need to make a stove. Most everybody's got a multifunction knife of some sort. Take the can opener and make a bunch of slots in the bottom, take your knife and cut a hole in the side. It's not going to be as good as this because it's, you know, not going to have a raised bed, you're not going to get the extra airflow. Make a big enough hole in the bottom so you can feed it, and then make another hole on top so you can feed it too, whatever, however. Put something across the top, some very, very green sticks will work in a pinch. Or you can make yourself a small little stove that way too, you know, in dire emergencies. Ideally, this is something you want to have made in advance. So, yeah. Not much left as far as ash, but there's enough hot holes in there. I could actually get a fire going again. So I mean, what little is in there is still nice and hot, so you don't have to worry about it going out. Still putting off enough heat to keep something warm. Like if you made some oatmeal over it and you wanted to keep it warm while you got everybody out of bed, if you burned out, put your pot back over top and it would keep it warm. And a lot of that has to do with the way this is set up. Yeah, I have to fix that. It came loose on me, but that was just there to hold that in place until I could put a pot on it. That way I didn't have to try messing with that while it was hot. And that, get up right now. Like I said, I was going to design this so it could actually be set inside there. Obviously when it's cool I can collapse it a little bit and set it inside. And these are just to help hold it in place until I get a pot on it. So overall, like I said, let me know what you think down below. And thanks for watching. Just an addendum here. Like I said, a lot of that's going to fall through the bottom, and that's still pretty hot right there. So yeah, I think some like 1/4-inch chicken wire mesh, that heavy duty thick stuff, a small piece of that in the bottom to make a grate of sorts would greatly improve things. So But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.
Hey, this is Dave. Thanks for watching the den. If you like what you see, hit the little subscribe button that's going to be up here or down there. If you want to know when we release a new video, hit that little bell icon, click receive notifications, and that way you know when we release a new video. Again, thanks for watching the den. I'm Dave.
I'm Charles.
Remember, keep them loaded.
Keep it safe.
Peace.